Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends. Ramadan Mubarak. It is a very special month. What month are we in? We are in the month of Ramadan. And what number in the Islamic calendar is the month of Ramadan? We have 12 months. The month of Ramadan is the 9th month in the Islamic calendar. Okay, these are 9 fingers. 9th month in the Islamic calendar. What is so special about the month of Ramadan? Because it is my favorite month and it's the best month of the year. Why is it the best month of the year? There are so many special things about the month of Ramadan. One of the most special things that happened in the month of Ramadan was that the Qur'an was revealed. The Qur'an, the special book of Allah, was revealed in the month of Ramadan. And we are going to learn a little bit more about how the Qur'an was revealed. What is the Qur'an? The Qur'an is a special book from Allah. Who did Allah give the Qur'an to? And how did we get the Qur'an? Because it was revealed a long time ago. So, one day in the month of Ramadan, on a very special night, which is called Laylatul Qadr, which is the night of Qadr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Qur'an. Do you know how He did it? He sent the Qur'an through Angel Jibreel. Angel Jibreel is one of the angels who has a very important duty to do. And his duty was to send Allah's message to the prophets. Whenever Allah wanted to send messages to prophets, He used to send those messages through Angel Jibreel. So when Allah wanted to reveal the Qur'an to Prophet Muhammad, He did so through Angel Jibreel. So before we talk more about the story, I want to tell you about this verse in the Qur'an which talks about the Qur'an being revealed in the month of Ramadan. So the verse says,
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم شهر رمضان the month of Ramadan الذي أنزل فيه القرآن in which the Quran was revealed هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان a guidance for mankind with clear signs showing him right from wrong.
So that's what the Quran is. It's a guidance for mankind, and it shows us what is right and what is wrong, what we should do and what we should not do. But how do we know all these things? So what did we say? Allah sent the Quran through Angel Jibreel. Who did Angel Jibreel give it to? He gave it to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. So the Quran is a special book from Allah in which Allah is talking to us, and Allah sent the Quran. He revealed the Quran through Angel Jibreel to Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam then taught the Quran to the people. They had superpower brains at that time. So Angel Jibreel was reciting verses from the Quran to Prophet Muhammad, and Prophet Muhammad would repeat those verses, and then he would teach it to the people, and the people taught it to other people, and they taught it to other people, and everybody kept teaching it to each other until we got the Quran as well. So that is how we got the Quran, and inshallah we are going to teach it to others, and we will continue teaching about. So before we do that, before we talk about a few topics that the Quran talks about, let us do this verse together once more. Okay, are you going to recite along with me? Okay, let's do it together.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم شهر رمضان the month of Ramadan الذي أنزل فيه القرآن in which the Quran was revealed هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان a guidance for mankind with clear signs showing him right from wrong.
Okay, now we're going to learn a little bit more about what the Quran tells us. So this is our poster, and we're going to talk about a few things that the Quran talks about. The Quran is a guidance for us. It's a guidance for mankind, and it has clear signs, it has clear message to tell us what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. But the Quran also teaches us a lot of other things. There are stories in the Quran. There is science in the Quran. What is science? Science are fun experiments. Do you do fun experiments? Yeah. So there is science in the Quran. The Quran talks about the sun. The Quran talks about water. The Quran talks about so many things. We learn so much from the Quran because Allah created us and He wanted to guide us and He wanted to teach us so that we can be smart and so that we can learn and teach others. And so He sent the Quran, which guides us and which also teaches us so many things. So let us look at some of the topics that the Quran talks about. Okay? What do I have here? It's a picture of prophets. The Quran talks about many prophets. How many prophets do we have? Does anyone know how many prophets we have? We have 124,000 prophets. Lots of prophets. Out of which about 25 prophets are mentioned in the Quran. The Quran is telling us about stories of all these prophets and what happened during their time so we can learn from them. What does this one say? It says, our world. The Quran talks about our world. What do we see in the world? There is sun and moon and water. There is so much around in our world. There is seas and land and trees and flowers. So many things around in our world. The Quran talks about so much. So it talks about our world. And then we have animals. Did you know the Quran talked about animals? It talks about the elephants and the cows and horses and camels. Wow, that's amazing! I can't wait to learn a little bit more about animals that are mentioned in the Quran. What are these? Insects, ants and bees and spiders. The Quran even talks about insects. Wow, that's amazing. This is a super book. It talks about all these things. We're learning so much for one book. And what is this? Fruits. What fruits do you see? You see grapes and olives and dates, fruits as well. And all these fruits are really, really good for us. And inshallah, when we get a chance, we are going to learn about some of these topics that the Quran talks about. These are only a few of the topics. The Quran talks about so much more. It's a super, super book. So inshallah, in this month, you are going to try and read a few verses of the Quran with your parents. If you watch some of my videos, we will learn some verses of the Quran together, and we will learn about some of the things that the Quran is talking about.
Now it's time for a rhyme. Ramadan, Ramadan, a very special month in which the Holy Quran was revealed on a very special night through angel Jibreel to our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Ramadan, Ramadan, a very special month in which we are the guests of Allah. In Ramadan we fast together to make our iman stronger. We don't eat or drink throughout the day and break our fast at the end of the day. Ramadan, Ramadan, a very special month in which we read the Holy Qur'an. The Holy Qur'an is a very special book sent by Allah on a very special night. The Holy Qur'an is a very special guide that teaches us what's wrong and right. Ramadan, Ramadan, a very special month in which the Holy Qur'an was revealed. Ramadan, Ramadan, a very special month in which we are the guests of Allah. Ramadan, Ramadan, a very special month in which we read the Holy Qur'an.
I wish you have a very happy Ramadan, and please remember us in your du'as. Khuda Hafiz.
Ramadan, Ramadan, a very special month in which the Holy Quran was revealed on a very special night through